Hello everyone, this is Kinjal Parmar. In previous session we discussed about analog to digital converter in which we discussed about specification of analog to digital converter and types of analog to digital converter in which we discussed about one type of analog to digital converter, that is flash comparator, or says a parallel comparator analog to digital converter. In parallel comparator we used a total 2 raised to n minus 1 comparator, total 2 raised to n resistor and one priority encoder for this analog to digital conversion. In today's session, we will discuss about successive approximation analog to digital converter. So let's start. Successive approximation analog to digital converter. A successive approximation analog to digital converter consists of a comparator which is used to compare the values, a control logic circuit, a DAC or digital to analog converter. Here, to convert analog information into digital form, we use digital to analog converter and output resistor. A successive approximation analog to digital converter can be designed using comparator, a control logic circuit, a digital to analog converter and output resistor. Basically, register is a group of flip-flop which is used to store bits, which we discussed in a earlier session. This output resistor is used to hold the value of outputs, or says digital output. So using this output resistor, we can store a digital output. The basic operational principle of this analog to digital converter is the bits of digital to analog converter are enabled one at a time, starting with MSB and so on. As each bit is enabled, the comparator produced an output that indicates whether the analog input voltage is greater or less. If the analog input is greater than the DAC output, then bit is retained in the control resistor, else bit is reset in a control resistor for lesser analog input. Basically, in this successive approximation, we take a approximate value of analog information using this digital to analog conversion, and then we compare this approximate value with the actual analog input and compare the difference. If we have a positive difference, so we retain that bit for a particular bit, and if we have a lesser or says negative value, so we take a 0 in a given bit, or says we reset that bit in a control circuitry using control resistor bits. So here, if the analog input is greater than the DAC output, then bit is retained in the control resistor, else bit is reset in a control resistor for a lesser analog input. This control resistor is a part of control logic circuit. Basically here, the bits of DAC are enabled one at a time, starting with MSB and so on. Each bit is enabled, the comparator produces an output that indicates whether the analog input voltage is greater or less. If the analog input is greater than the DAC output, then bit is retained in the control resistor, else bit is reset in the control resistor for a lesser analog input. The processing of each bit takes one clock cycle, so the total conversion time for a n bit will be n into clock cycle, or we can convert this clock cycle into a frequency term like n into 1 upon f clock in a second. So basically, to convert analog information into digital information for a n bit digital output, we have a total n into number of clock cycle for this successive approximation analog to digital converter. If we have a 10 megahertz clock's frequency for a 4-bit successive approximation. So we have a equation like 4 divided by 10 megahertz. Megahertz, that means 10 raised to 6. So we have a 4 into divide by 10 into 10 raised to 6. So we have a 0.4 microsecond, 10 raised to 6, which is converted into 10 raised to minus 6. So we have a 4 microsecond, 0.4 microsecond for this successive approximations analog to digital converter. If we have a clock frequency, then we can calculate a total conversion time for this successive approximation analog to digital converter. Now, how this successive approximation analog to digital converter can implement it? So here we have a basic diagram for successive approximation analog to digital converter. We have a comparator which compares analog input and approximate digital to analog values. Then this comparator value is given to control logic circuit. This control logic circuit is given to output resistor, and then this output resistor value is again given to DAC, and again the values are compared. Here we have a three control signal: clock, start, EOC, that is end of conversion. Clock, start, EOC, end of conversion. So how this circuit can work? So first, as discussed previously, we make a bit enabled for this DAC using this control logic. Let's take example. We have an analog input of 10.2. We have an analog input of 10.2. Now in this circuit, we make a first MSB1 and remaining bits are 0. Here we consider just 4 bit over here. So we have a first bit combination as 100. Now this 100 digital information is given to digital to analog converter. Now let's take example that our resolution is 1 volt, or say step size is 1 volt. So using this assumptions, we can convert this digital information into analog information. This is basically a binary representation of decimal 8. So here we have a analog voltage as a 8. So here this digital to analog converter output as 8 for this 100. Now here we have a 8. Now this 8 is compared with 10.2 using this. So we have a bits over here, 10.2 minus 8. That means positive value. So here in control logic, this positive difference is given. That means for this we have to retain this bit as we have a greater analog input. So this first bit 1 is fixed, okay, and this again is given to output resistor and stored as a 100. Now target of MSB is done. Now go to the next bit. Now we have a binary pattern like 1 1 0 0. As here we fix that first bit must be 1, as we have a laser analog input for this first bit. So this first bit, or says MSB, will be retained due to this positive difference. Okay, now make a next bit 1. So we have a 1 1 0 0. This is a binary representation of a 12. That means we have a digital to analog converter. Digital to analog converter, analog output as a 12. So here we compare 10.2 minus 12. So for 10.2 minus 12, we have a negative difference. So this negative difference, that means 0. So here this bit, second bit must be reset for this lesser analog input. Again we have a bit pattern as 1 0 0. Now after enabling this bit, we have to enable this bit. So next we have a pattern like 1 0 1 0. First we consider 1 0 0. Then we consider 1 1 0. But for this combination, we have a lesser analog input. So we reset this bit. So we have a next bit combination as a 1010. Now this 1010 is a binary representation of 10. That means we have an analog value over here 10. So this comparator compares the value. So 10.2 minus 10. So we have a positive reference. That means we have to retain this bit. So we have a 3 fixed bit 101. Now let's enable this fourth bit. So we make this bit as a 1. Now consider this 101. So this is the binary representation of 11. So here we have a digital to analog output as a 11. Now again comparator compare this. So 10.2 minus 11. So we have a negative difference. That means analog input is lesser than this digital to analog converter. So we have to reset this fourth bit. So we have a final value as 1010. This we consider this, we have a 4-bit successive approximation analog to digital converter. We can make more number of bits and we have a more number of combinations, but here we have an analog input of 10.2. If we have a more number of values like 25, 32, so we have to increase the number of bits according to our requirement. But here we have an analog input to 10 points, so we can consider only 4 bit over here. So we have a final digital output as a 1010, which is stored into output register. In a output register, all the bit patterns are one by one stored. That means first there is a 100, then there is a 110. But again, using this control logic, we reset this circuit. So here we reset this bit. So here we have a next third bit as a 1010. So for this 1010, we have a positive difference. So we have a greater analog input. So we consider this bit. Then we make a next bit enable. So we have a 1011. But for this 1011, we have a lesser analog input. So this control logic reset that bits, and at the end of this procedure, we have a last digital output as 1010. So this is how successive approximation analog to digital converter work using a digital to analog converter. So here we convert analog information into digital information using this digital to analog converter. Consider here we have a value 7. Says we have a value of 7. So 7.1. Okay, so here we make a first bit 1. So we have a 100, so which is equal to 4, and 7 minus 4 positive difference. So we retain that bit. Then we have a next bit 1. So we have a 110. So we have a 6. So again 7 minus 6 positive difference. So we retain that bit. Then next 111. So which is equal to 7. 7.17. Whenever we have a 0 difference, which is also represented as a positive difference. Okay. So we have to consider this as a positive difference and we should retain that bits. Okay. So using these techniques, we can convert analog information into digital information. So in today's session, we'll discuss about successive approximation analog to digital converter. Thank you.